You know, I think this might be the most fun I've ever had with a tent. I know that's an odd thing to say, but let me explain why. Okay, first piece of fun. This tent is called the MSR Hubba Hubba NX. It is part of the Hubba Hubba range, which consists of the NX Solo, the Hubba Hubba NX, the Mother Hubba NX, and the Papa Hubba NX. All that means really is it's 1 person through to 4 person tents respectively. That range from MSR was designed, or is designed, for lightweight backpacking adventures and livability, so plenty of room inside the tents. This tent retails at around 500 British pounds. Now that's depending on the colour and where you shop. This kind of silvery UFO coloured grey is, I know that's not a real colour. I think it's the cheaper one of the two. There's a forest green, which is the more expensive. I think that's the right way around. MSR were a company that I think started out the same time as Hillyberg, so late 60s, early 70s, by one guy. But the difference between the two companies is that MSR were really a mountaineering company, and they still remain that. Their focus is not just tents, but it's a whole range of gear that makes mountaineering safe and easy. And that was really the premise that the company was started on. Okay, it's time for me to jump off camera and give you the tour of the MSR Hubba Hubba NX. You get a real feel here for the classic shape of the MSR, those near vertical walls providing tons of headroom inside the tent. You can also see how far the vestibule extends. This is the same on both sides and gives you more than enough space for you and your gear. And just look at it. Here you can see the colour-coded stakeout loops and clip webbing. You just need to ensure that outer fly loops match the colour of the inner tents. In this example, it's the grey loops, at the opposite end the red. If you get it right, it makes for a fast and easy setup. This is one of 4 guy lines around the tent, which I loop through the window so it keeps the ventilation point open and taut when pegged out. The doors are one of my favourite parts of the tent. They allow for great access and are excellent for visibility when you're inside. Having this kind of access on both sides means you don't have to trample across your camping buddy in the middle of the night. You can see from this shot, the tent comfortably fits 2 sleeping mats and my kit bag. Here's another angle to demonstrate the through doors, which provide excellent ventilation when open. With the outer fly removed, you can see how spacious this tent is. Whether you're sitting up or laying down, I have more than enough room to be comfortable inside this tent. The freestanding nature of the tent allows you to find that perfect pitch and is really useful when you're trying to set up fast. At the end of the camp, packing the tent away is always a chore. I absolutely fell in love with this stuff sack. It makes the experience so easy. With the wide mouth, it's so easy to stash your tent and accessories. It then cinches down easy with 2 straps, which can then be tightened further to compress the pack size down even more. So would I recommend the MSR Hubba Hubba NX? I really would. Look at it. I mean, it just looks great. And many others agree. Like, I think this is the most visible tent that I've seen. Like, just online and on wildlife shows. There's a lot of people that use this tent. So there has to be some good behind that. And I think there really is. I think MSR back up their claims. This is an extremely lightweight tent. You have to consider as well that most times I've used this tent, it's been on a dry summer's night out of choice. And I go out without the outer fly, which obviously minimises pack size. It's then super fast to put up. The all-in-one pole system is just a dream. You're up, you're connected, it's freestanding, you can find your right spot, it's perfect, and before you know it, you're stargazing with this beautiful view and great ventilation. I think the negatives, I wouldn't take this tent out if I knew it was going to rain. Like, I don't think it's very good against the elements, but it's good enough. It's also quite fiddly. Like, when I have the outer fly and I'm connecting it up, I always come unstuck with that. I just find that a bit of a fiddly task to do. Maybe that's just me though. Other than that, I've got no real complaints. I love camping in this tent. It's just really fun, and I'm 6 foot tall. It's a 2-person tent, and I fit in it comfortably, which isn't usually the case with 2-person tents. So I can, as you saw earlier, you can fit 2 people in it, and long people too, like me, and I can get my gear in there, and I can use the vestibules either side. I like the door systems either side of the tent. Again, like, even if you do have the outer fly on, with the doors back and the inner doors open, you have great visibility of your surroundings. So it's just a really fun, versatile tent, and there's a ton of videos online of the different kind of combinations you can do with this. You can pitch the outer fly alone if you wanted to. So yeah, really worth checking out this tent, and I hope you've enjoyed this gear review. So see you all soon.